Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at Long McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Maverick news, update, and information with a Maverick Monday, the first Monday after the order banks opened up for the 2025 Ford Maverick. Now we have some good content we can use for a while. We got all kinds of things we're going to cover in our Maverick Monday videos coming up. This week, though, I kind of want to preface some of the things we're going to talk about. Several different topics about ordering a 25 Maverick. So use a timestamp stand below to move around. One of the things I do want to cover later in the video is what we're doing for orders and taking orders and talking about our deposit policy and everything else like that. So we'll talk about that, as well as we'll talk about Lobo ordering, as well as job 2 things. So all those down there. And at the very end of this, we are going to talk about those different accessories and DIOs that I promised in those videos where I went to complete guide videos, that I did not put those in those videos because they're going to be the same for about every model. Thought we'd cover it in today in this video. So make sure you use those timestamps. If you want that information, specific information, you're going to get that in this. So definitely check that out. So if you haven't had a chance yet, do check out the videos that I did. I did a video on each of the different trim levels, going over what's standard and what's in the different packages and the standalone factory options in that video. So check those videos out. And yeah, you can go ahead and see how you want to order those vehicles. And it's very important. Now, there are some people out there that are saying, well, how do I order one of these? I can't even see how to build it out right now. I can't see it. I can't find it on Ford's website. I'm going to show you today how to find it on Ford's website, and also let people know that what Ford has on their website doesn't mean you can't go into a dealership and order this vehicle. So ordering from a dealership is different than what's on Ford.com. For years, my videos are very a great source for that, because Ford didn't even have a build and price on their website. You relied on dealerships' order guides to go in and sit down with a dealer and figure out how you wanted to order, if you wanted to custom order it. A lot of people didn't custom order back then. They just waited for the inventory to show up at dealers. But things are different now, and we do have Ford to help us out with that information. We do also have it on our website. So if you're wanting to order with us, you can go to our website, build it out, fill out your contact information. Really helps us out so we know how to order your vehicle and makes it quick and easy. But let's go ahead and go over real quick and show you how to find it on Ford's website if you're curious. And I'm going to show you on desktop as well as mobile, because it will look different and be in different places. Real easy to find on desktop, but really hard to find on mobile. So let's go through this and show you what this looks like. So, okay. Ford.com on a desktop. This is what it kind of looks like. Now, if you go up here to vehicles, and then you go to trucks and vans, and just go over here to Maverick. When you click on that, you'll see down here, meet your 2025 Maverick. You can just click on that. So if you go to build and price, that is actually based on 24. Actually, you can't see that. There we go. It's based on 24 information if you click on it there. But if you click on this meet the 2025 Maverick, click on that. And now you'll see down here at the bottom, I'll scroll up for you guys can see it. It says 2025 overview, build and price. Click on build and price there. And there we go. Now we're on the 25 model year build and price. And then you can see how all these are built down there, including Lobos on the right. You have to scroll over there to find that one. So, and then you can just build it from there. Now I'm going to talk about some specific information when it comes to some things that aren't going to be right away at the launch, being able to be available. We'll talk about that down a little bit later. But now let's kick over and let's go to the desktop or mobile site. There we go. So this is what it looks like on mobile. And I don't know if you knew this, but on a regular computer, I actually just moved it over till it was in this format. So it's actually, I'm still using my desktop, but that's what a mobile will look like. And a little bit different on this. On this, you'll have to go up here to the 3 little bars, click on that, and I would go to shop. So if you click on shop and click on build and price, then you're going to see all the vehicles that you can build and price. 25 Escape is there and everything. But if you scroll down, you don't see the, when you go to trucks, you'll see 24 Maverick, but you won't see 25 Maverick. So you do have to keep scrolling. You get through the cars, electrified, commercial, performance, future vehicles. There's the 25 Maverick. So go clear down to the future vehicles, then click on the Ford Maverick, and then you can choose your different trim levels there, and then you can scroll over to get to the different ones that you want there. So that's how you're going to find that on Ford's website. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to find that a little bit easier now, knowing that if you want to kind of build it out and everything, so you know taking that into a dealership is very helpful for the dealers. So now let's talk about, now that we have that kind of laid out, ordering with us. We are taking orders for the 25 model year. We have for 24, everybody, all the retail orders have been taken care of for us. In fact, this next month we're going to have probably a lot of stock 24s ordered or scheduled, I should say, available. So we'll have towards the end of the year, we'll have some stock Mavericks available. Mostly what we're going to order is XLTs because we can't order any XLs next month for 24 model year is XL for retail only. So we won't be able to order any stock XLs for October build dates. So mostly probably what you're going to see for us is XLT, maybe some Ecos, probably not many luxury packages. We're going to try to keep those down to that $30,000 range is what our goal is. So that's where you're going to probably see some of our stock ones. But with that in mind, what are we going to do for 25 model year? So for 25 model year, we did decide because last year we did have a lot of issues with some customers putting in multiple orders with multiple dealerships. And then when ours came in for them, they didn't take it. Now, it could have been because the situation changed. That did take a long time to get those orders. So that makes a lot of sense. But we did have a lot of people that did put in multiple orders with multiple dealers, and they just took the first one that came in. So what we're doing this year to kind of help with that is that we don't want to get stuck with some of these vehicles. And I say stuck. Some people are out there saying, Tim, you have a Maverick. You can sell any Maverick. Not necessarily. So think about what that price level is for a Lariat right now. They start at $36,700 plus destination. So you're talking $38,000 or more for a Lariat Maverick. So somebody orders a Lariat Maverick with nothing else added on it. We're a $38,000 Maverick. It is a lot easier for us to sell an XLT as a stock than it is a Lariat. For that reason, we are going to be requiring a $500 deposit for anybody that's new to the dealership, new to us, that's ordering a vehicle. If they do order an XL or XLT, we are going to waive that $500 deposit. Also, we're going to waive that deposit if you cancel before the order gets scheduled. So if once that's scheduled, that vehicle is ours. And technically, until you actually do paperwork, that vehicle is not yours. So when somebody orders with us, they're ordering with us. We order the vehicle. If they decide when that vehicle comes in, they don't want it or they can't get approved or something, then we're stuck with that vehicle. And that deposit is going to go towards discounting that vehicle down to a price that hopefully we can get it sold as a Lariat trim. So that's where you're going to probably see some of our Lariats that become available at stock probably be discounted down that $500. So that's how we're going to do that. So it's non-refundable after it's scheduled. Before it's scheduled, it's refundable. If you get a hold of us and say, Tim, I ordered with my other dealer and it came in or it got scheduled, please cancel mine. Great, not a problem. Let me refund you back the $500. Or if you order an XL or XLT, or if you've ordered with us before and you've taken delivery of a vehicle, then you're a returning customer, repeat customer, and we're not going to charge a deposit. Hopefully that's clear to everybody and you understand the purposes and the reason why. We're not a shady dealer. We have to, look at it that way. If you're ordering a Tremor, Lobo, or a Lariat, we're going to be charging a $500 refundable deposit till it schedules, non-refundable once it schedules for production date. Because at that point, we can't cancel once it's been scheduled. That vehicle is coming to us, and we will have to sell it. And again, $40,000 Maverick versus $32,000 Maverick. That is two different things for our local customers, and they're looking for the cheaper truck, new car, or something like that. So, all right. Hopefully, I've explained that, and we don't add anything else to ours. So just the dealer fee of $495. So, and another thing I'm thinking about when ordering with us is you order with us, we're going to get you scheduled. We're not going to have the limitations that some smaller dealers do. And I love small dealers, and I think, talk to them, but also find out how many allocations they normally get and how many orders they have, because that will kind of at least shine some light on how long it might be before you get scheduled. If you order with us, we're going to be able to schedule. We're going to have plenty of allocations. We've done some things this month for those October build dates for those last 24s. That's going to dictate and set us up to getting more allocations for that startup for 25 model year. I'm not going to go into specifics on how we're doing that, but we're going to have a lot of allocations for that first month of scheduling for 2025 model year so that we can help all of our customers that order from us get scheduled that first month. So take that for what it is as well. So, all right. So don't forget, you can go into a dealership, you can order. One of the things you probably have noticed, some people have mentioned out there that my dealer can't order a Lobo. And that is correct. Ford didn't even know that they couldn't, that there it wasn't flipped on for the Lobo trim level, Lobo 702A, I should say. And I did, of course, they were able to look at that and go, oh, okay. So later today, by the time this video comes out, you will be able to order a Lobo trim 702A, and I'm going to go into some information about that. And what do you mean by, you keep saying 702A? We're going to go into that a little bit more. But order banks are open up for your dealers for all different trim levels, and by the time you see this, even the Lobo. And so you'll be able to do that with your local dealership. Don't forget, you need to make sure you sign that copy, a buyer's order, and a copy of driver's license. They will need to submit that to the COVP, that's Certified Order Verification Process, to place your order. So that has to be done as well. And you'll want that done, and having the dealership do that just kind of allows you to know that you're going to get price protection on that order when you place it. So you'll want to make sure that your dealership does that. So, all right, now let's go into specifics of the Lobo. So Lobo can be ordered now. 702A Equipment Group. That is your basically, I like to call it the Lariat equipment on the street performance and the high performance vehicle. That can be ordered now, but that will not be built until Job 2, which is going to happen in November. Actually, I think production will probably be January. So Job 2 is usually when they make any changes. There's not only is Lobo a Job 2 build, but there are also the features with the Pro Trailer Backup Assist and Pro Trailer Hitch Assist. That is also a Job 2 feature that will not be able to be scheduled until the Job 2 order bank opens up, which is supposed to be in November. So luckily with this, Job 2 isn't going to be 6 months like it is on most models. It's only 3 months. So in November is when you'll be able to do that. So if you're wanting a Lariat or Tremor or Lobo, well, Lobo anyway, with the Pro, you don't need to worry about the Lobo. It's going to be built with that Pro Access Pro Trailer Backup Assist, as well as the Hitch Assist. But if you want that on a Lariat or a Tremor, you're going to need to wait till November to order that. And I'll be keeping you updated on Maverick Mondays when that order bank opens up for you, so you know that now if anything is built after this, then you know it'll be built with that. Now, if you order now, some of you are out there saying, I want to order that now. If you order it now, that's great. It's a Job 1. It will not have the Pro Trailer Backup Assist or the Hitch Assist on those Lariat and Tremors. So just know that it will come without it if it gets scheduled. So if you want those, but you want to put your order in now, then you better put something on that order so where it won't schedule, which is very tricky, because let's say you throw in there, well, Tim, you said that, the tonneau cover and the splash guards are constraints, so I'll put those on there. Well, do note that that's great. Put them on there to try to get it to not schedule and be an early one. But if it schedules, it'll be built with those things on there. So you need to be aware of that's a possibility that your truck's going to come in. It'll be a Job 1 without the stuff and have a tonneau cover and a splash guard that you weren't planning to take, right? Otherwise, I would just say, just wait till November to order. And some of you are concerned about being your place in line. Place in line is really, it is the 4th requirement in a way of looking at getting scheduled. First, a dealer needs an allocation. Second, it is based on configuration. So if you have a certain configuration, you're going to get scheduled. Third is the priority code given to your order. And then 4th is the time your order was placed. So if somebody has the exact same priority as you at a dealership with allocations, and they have the exact same build as you, then yes, the one put in the first day is going to get priority over the one put in the second day. But again, it has to have all those same things. If you have somebody that put in an order and they have a tonneau cover and splash guards on their Lariat, and then somebody put theirs in a month later and they don't have them on there, I can almost tell you that one that was ordered later without those things are probably going to get scheduled first. But again, depending on allocation and depending on what their availability is of scheduling that, the first so many are going to be able to do the bed covers. So that's how that'll kind of work. So just throwing that out there so you know that. Job 2, that order bank comes out in November. We're told early November. We don't know how early. The order bank will come out, and then basically they'll start scheduling. So my assumption is November's scheduling will be for January build dates. They go 2 months out. So January will be the first Lobos built, as well as the Job 2 features won't get built until probably January's production dates. So you're probably looking February at the very earliest to receive one of those Job 2 items and vehicles with those items on there. So making sure everybody is aware of that. Now let's get into accessories. We are going to jump over to Ford's website. Actually, let me pause this for a second. Let me grab the accessory list so I don't miss anything in case it's not on Ford's website. All right, so let's go in on here. And now I did have to correct probably you saw earlier in the video because I corrected that we're going to go over dealer installed options and accessories. But Ford doesn't have for this year. It was a little bit different than it was last year. They had accessories listed, and this year they're all dealer installed options. There's no anything we've already covered as a factory equipment. That's done at the factory and put in your vehicle. Used to be what they did was they had factory installed options and they had accessories and then dealer installed options last year. And some of the accessories were shipped, with the vehicle. So now those are considered factory options. And some of the things are now making a dealer installed. So instead of making that confusing on what's what, the accessories that kind of split into those already. And we already covered those factory options in those videos. So everything we're going to talk about here is those dealer installed options, which means what it means by dealer installed options is that Ford is going to ship the part to the dealer, and the dealership will install it on your vehicle or put it in your vehicle before you take delivery. Now, Ford has already figured in what you're seeing on the price that we're going to show you. They've already figured in the install for that. The dealership gets reimbursed that cost to have it installed. Even if it takes longer for them to put it on, they get reimbursed. So don't let the dealerships charge you for any of that. So make sure that's something else you want to make sure you talk to your dealership about. Or look at that, watch your prices on everything, right? And say, well, what's this here? And if they say, well, the service and charges for an install of that, no, that shouldn't be happening. That's already been figured into your cost, including the install. So make sure they don't charge you for that. All right, let's go through these and show you, starting with the exterior options first. Most of these here, Tano, those are, or as we mentioned, factory installed options. This bed crossbars, $680. That is the Yakima one. So on the order guide, it actually says it's the Yakima branded one. It's a bed rail mounted crossbars. So those go in the bed rails or on the bed rails, and then those go across there. And those are not compatible with your Tano pickup box covers, soft folding, hard roll up, or the hard trifold, and not available with the other bed crossbars as well. So that one there, I'm going to be marking these off so we cover them all, is another version you can have down here. I'll get into that. In fact, I think it's next. Actually, no. Actually, we'll skip over this for now. We will go to this one. So $335 for the cargo management system mounted bed crossbars. No image on that one there, and I don't know if those. It says it's not compatible with the Yakima one, but I believe there's a mounted crossbar. I don't know if it sets. You guys can help me out on this. If that sets on there, or if it's the one that sits on that goes on the roof. There are some that goes on the roof as well. But anyway, so that one there is $335 for that part, and that one there. Looking back, it does say not available with the Yakima bed rail mounted crossbars, which we mentioned, but also on this here on the XL requires the tie down locking rails with the locking brackets. Now, that note was only on the XL, but XLT would need it as well. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking to get that, you'll need to make sure you add as optional equipment those bed rail system that's inside the bed. So evidently it mounts on the bed rail system right there. So bed divider kit, that is $350 for that. And again, when you click on these, it should say that they're dealer installed options right here, dealer installed option right there. So this in here, as you can see, requires this and says bed tie down locking rails with the 2 locking brackets. So it requires that. So if you lariat trimmer comes standard with that, XLT, you'll need to add that to your package, to your vehicle to get that. Not available with a soft pickup box cover soft folding. So keep that in mind as well. And everything we talked about so far is available on all trim levels, except for the Yakima mounted crossbars. That is not available on the Lobo trim. Just make sure everybody knows that. So I'll try to remember to look at that on there. So these toolbox swing case, there's a driver's side and a passenger side one. Those are pretty cool. They actually swing out. See if there's an image of those. They're $320 for those. Available on the XL, XLT, lariat, and trimmer. Not available on Lobo. And you can, looks like in here you can only get one or the other. I'm not sure why they limit that, because probably because if you swing them both out, they will hit each other. But you really could get both of these. So order one, I guess, on your build and one later. I wouldn't order either one. So a lot of these things I tell you to leave off of your build, all these DIOs, except for there's one here. a couple of them probably you could do, but this is one I'd leave off your build and get it through Ford Accessories later and install it yourself. It's not too difficult to install, but there you go. There's that one. The toolbox is there. We have the TouchLink truck bed lighting by Lumens. Oh, you guys tell me. $320. That is available on all your Maverick options, dealer installed options, as I said. Shipped separately for dealer installation. There you go. You don't see an image of that, but it's 2 lights. We actually gave one of these away at the Maverick meetup that we had here during Cars and Coffee this last week. We actually had one of those and gave it out. Ronald received that. So, all right. The bed locking, that's a factory option. The keyless entry keypad, $195 for this. Now, this is something dealership would install, available on all trim levels. This is something that probably will not hold up your build. And I don't think they have any issues getting all the parts for that. The reason it might hold up your build is if they struggled getting enough of these from the accessories. Now, you might say, well, Tim, they're available on Ford Accessories. Why wouldn't Ford be able to get them? Well, they kind of split that up. So that way they make sure that even people want to get it later, that they're not getting held up for that as well as the others. So they eliminate that. And because of that reason, you're going to have some situations where you may have a constraint on that and an issue getting that from the factory on your vehicle and shipped to the dealer. So again, the more of these you have on your order, they have to have all of these in stock when they go to schedule your order. If they're missing one, they won't schedule your order. They won't tell you that, right? They just won't schedule it. So that's why I really say do some of these yourself afterwards. It is the best case scenario for your order. Window air deflector. Yes, that is also a dealer installed option. 4-piece, that is $150. Very easy for your dealership to install that for you. I would do it that way instead of putting it on your order. That's why I didn't cover this in my other videos, is because these are things that you should just hold off, let the dealership do for you. Aeroskin hood deflectors, a smoke or a textured style. The smoke one's really smooth and everything. The textured one is going to be a lot like your the mirror caps and that kind of stuff material there. Again, available on all of them, $140 for either one of those, and that is something too that could hold it up. Really, the more of these you add. Wheel lock kit, that is $75. They replace one of your lug nuts for a locking one, so people can't take those beautiful wheels you have if you want those. Available on all models. And again, the dealership would make sure that your dealership installs this if you want it installed. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll just throw them in your vehicle. Some dealers will just put them in your vehicle, not actually put them on the vehicle. So make sure that you check that out and look on your wheels when you go take delivery if you ordered that. Tailgate lock, that is $40. And just to kind of preface on this, it says available on all Maverick models. Theft prevention hinge lock. So a lot of people don't realize this. They think that means being able to lock the tailgate. No, that means when you have the tailgate down, because the tailgate can be taken out, that allows somebody to not be able to steal that. So let's say you have it down and have some stuff in there, or you just want to leave it down. You need that lock on there so people can't steal your tailgate. That is what that means. So it's not mean the availability to be able to lock the tailgate with your remote. So just to clarify that, some people were confused about that first couple of years on this. I just want to make sure everybody knows what the difference is on that. And actually, I think tailgate lock. Yeah, there it is. I didn't find it at first. So, all right, moving down. Now we're going to interior features here. Safe deposit box, $350 or $530. And I wish we had an image of this. This wasn't there last year. Or at least I didn't notice it. And there is a console vault in a safety deposit box. And I don't know what is different between the two. If you guys know, drop it in the comments. I'd love to get that input. Console vault means that you can put open the console. There's a vault in there, has a combination lock. And so that is something that probably won't hold up your builds. At least it didn't seem like. But again, the more these put on, the more likely it is to hold it up. So keep it to 1 or 2 things and you should be okay. But if you have a bunch of these, then yeah, it will hold it up. So that's $390, available on all trim levels, as well as a safety deposit box. Yeah, I might need to reach out the image on that. All right, what else? We have the commercial roadside assistance kit. That one here is going to get that. They probably do have some edges. There you go. Includes stuff like this. Usually goes in that bag and everything. And so basically what the dealership will do is take everything out of the box, put it in the bag for you, and put it in your vehicle. That's what they're going to do. That's why I say get this later. I think you can figure out how to put it in the bag yourself. So go that route if you want to, and make sure that doesn't hold anything up, but you have that commercial roadside assistance kit. And then there's also, moving down, floor liners from the factory, sun blinds, windshield sunscreen, $130, no image. Not sure, but that is also a dealer installed option. I don't know. I assume that goes on the top of the vehicle, and we do that here as part of window tint if you want. So that's an option. Again, I wouldn't put it. I'd get it later. Then you have the roadside assistance kit, $70. So that's different than the commercial one. So the other one had a fire extinguisher. This one doesn't. This one has a lot more of the band-aids and stuff like that. So usually you go either with this one or you go with the first aid kit. The first aid kit has some of the gauze and bandages and stuff like that. So again, they all come with bags. Again, I say get those later. You can even have it, for your vehicle. I always say it's a good idea to have a roadside assistance kit or a first aid kit. I have it in my Bronco. Always good to have that in your vehicle. But yeah, I would just get it later. So there you go. So that's all those items for you. I want to make sure I covered in this video. So again, they are separating that out. There's not really, in a sense, any accessories this year, but it's either you get dealer installed options or you have the factory options. The reason I just covered the factory ones is that even some of the factory ones I would not do, but again, I don't want to. I've already hammered it home already enough. If you can't tell, just don't put too many of these items on your build with the factory, because it couldn't take longer. You can Tim, they have them. They shouldn't be. I want it built with these things. I'm just telling you, I saw it happen so many times where orders were looked over because they had even a first aid kit or a roadside assistance kit. If they had like 5 or 6 of those items on their build, it will hold up your build. Please just take my word for it. So some of that stuff, if you can get through Ford Accessories website, just order them through there or through your dealership, and then the dealership can install them, or you can install them yourself and speed things up. So, all right, that's all I wanted to cover on this Maverick Monday. It is beginning to be a very long video. Sorry about that, but I hopefully you guys get a lot of information out of this. Hope you are having a fabulous Maverick Monday. And boy, I'm looking forward to the next several episodes. We're going to talk about all kinds of things with some of the different features that are new for 25 model year and how they work for your vehicle and what they might look like. We're going to use some other vehicles as a source for that. But I'm really excited to get into and dive into some of the stuff that we're seeing on the order guides and within some of the videos. We'll do more and more on this. Drop your questions down below. If you have anything you'd like to see us cover on the 25 Ford Maverick, please let us know. This is all for you guys. I want to put these videos out so you guys can be able to learn more about the Maverick and about how to use the Maverick when you do get it. So hopefully these help you out. Till next week, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you on the next Maverick Monday.